for this team? What are your expectations for this team?
Oh, man. I mean, I've only been here for 2 days, but the energy has been, you know, amazing in a good way. You know, obviously, we have a lot of young talent that came in, especially in this draft class, but we also have a lot of players who have been here for like 3, 4, 5 years, including myself. So I think the end of last year left a sour taste in our mouths, the ones who have been here. And just talking to some of us in the off season, you know, our expectations may look different than what other people think. And that comes from internal leadership. It comes from internal, you know, compassion, I think. You know, I think a lot of us, I mean, Bridge went overseas and played. You know, Fee, she's back, you know, in full swing of things. Myself went and played, but like I said, leaving last year, I remember sitting up here and talking, doing my exit interview, and just being like so disappointed, not only in myself, but just like in how it felt, you know, and you know, just being in the gym with that energy, the new energy. You know, the sky's the limit. I think that our ceiling is as high as we make it, and whatever coaches' expectations are, I know that, you know, they're realistic in her eyes, but we also have our own realistic ones for our team. So just continue to move forward together and build something. Obviously, we lost a huge piece in Sil, but you know, it's time for us to like kind of build our own you know, groundwork, but still based on what the Minnesota Lynx has always been about, and that's excellence, and that's the expectations always being as high as possible. And you know, this is my 3rd year here, and you know, full swing of things. But especially after last year, just coming out and just kind of creating our own destiny.
You mentioned you've only been here for a couple of days, but what have your impressions been of Diamond? What do you feel like she can bring to this team?
Energy. Oh my goodness. Just a ball of energy. She's built for this league, like, you know, athletically gifted for sure, but her motor is high. I mean, she's willing to learn. She's asking a lot of questions. You can tell she wants to be really good. She wants to have you know, she understands what it means to be in the WNBA, you know? Not necessarily, you know, everybody has a learning curve as a rookie, and we know that, you know, she'll have to go through hers, but I think she has the right mindset. And even only being in 2 practices, and obviously, you know, it's training camp. We haven't been in the game or anything like that. Well, I wasn't in the game with her. But her energy is definitely, you know, exciting to see, especially for a young player coming into a franchise like this one, with the expectations that we have and the, you know, the championships that have come through here. Just seeing her with that mindset and that energy is really refreshing to see, and I'm excited to get on the court with her.
Kayla, you mentioned sort of the sour taste left in your mouth from last season, and I think this season is the earliest you've been able to arrive in your 3 years here. What does arriving at this point in training camp with still more than, I think, you know, about 2 weeks before the first game and with preseason games to go, how can that benefit getting rid of that sour taste from last season?
I mean, it's refreshing for me, for sure, just to be in training camp, recalibrate with Fee, recalibrate with the, you know, the players that I have had the time to, because normally I'm getting off a plane and playing, but to be able to have the time to kind of work through those mistakes before the games is crucial, especially when you're trying to, you know, mesh young players and players who have been here. So I'm really excited about that. And I'm just, you know, it's just a different energy, you know, just to know that I'm not coming right off, had a little bit of time off, got to spend time with my family. Like I said, refreshing is the word that I want to use. But definitely a focused approach too, because I do still have that sour taste in my mouth from last year, and you know, being one, you know, just how it ended, it was really hard for me. I held on to it a lot in the off season, but just kind of putting that behind me and just focusing on the new and refreshing energy I have, and I'm just excited. Like, I'm excited to get going. I'm excited to show everybody what our potential can be in this league, especially this year. I think it's more balanced than ever. Obviously, you know, Vegas and New York created their super teams, but after that, it's balanced. It's really, really balanced, and I think we have a chance to create our own destiny, and I'm really excited to be here early enough to kind of contribute to it before the games get going.
A quick follow on Diamond. You've been around a lot of players, a lot of young players in your career. When you talk about the kind of the gifts she has physically, combined with the kind of relentless energy and drive she has, do you think that's a rare combination?
Definitely. I mean, I've been around a lot of, high picks. I was with Plum, I was with Jackie Young, Asia Wilson, all of them when they first came in the league. And I've seen them have to go through their learning curves with their gifts too. And Diamond is going to have to do that too. So I'm glad that I'm at a more mature stage to be able to help her through that. I know what it's like to come in this league as a rookie. So I'm really, really excited for her because she has a chance to be able to make an impact right away. And that's so crucial in this league to be able to come in as a rookie and be like, okay, I can really impact a team in a positive way just by being myself, athletically gifted and just her energy, her motor. And, she's going to continue to learn because the rules are different. The shot clock is different. Everything is different. So we're excited, but it's going to be a lot of fun just seeing her, maneuver through. But that's the fun part. That's the journey, and that's the whole thing for her. So we're just going to be there, support her, and continue to push her to be the best version of herself.
I know you said you've only been here 2 days, but what do you foresee, like, how the style of play that this team is going to play? Is this a team that's going to need to play fast? Is this a team that's going to need to play bigger than itself after losing still? What is maybe the style of this team going to look like?
I think the biggest thing that I got just from 2 days is just the pace. And, adding Tiffany Mitchell, bringing AP back. We have a lot of athletically gifted guards. And then you add Fee in there, who's very versatile and things she can do. We just have a lot of, athletes. And I think that that's the thing that coach is really pushing, and she wants us to get out, be aggressive on defense, get out in transition, pace, a lot of 5-out, things like that. And just play. I'm not necessarily sure we're going to be setting up a lot of sets and just, running people to death like that. But I think it's going to be more pace and making reads. And I think that's just something that she's been pushing just these first couple of days that I noticed on both ends of the floor.
We'll go to Zoom for a couple questions. We'll start with Mark Schindler, WNBA.
Hey, K-Mac. First off, congrats on what you did over at Fenner. I wanted to ask what your main takeaway was from the season and, just kind of what energy you come with after coming off that title.
I mean, it was great. The first EuroLeague championship in Fenerbahce history. All the players that have come through there, Cappy, Diana, Penny Taylor, they've all, been there. To be a part of the first one was amazing. Getting a chance to play with Stewie and with Misa and Courtney Vandersloot again. It was a lot of fun. It was great. It was like having a WNBA team overseas. But, the thing that I learned the most about, being around players who have won in their own careers and things like that is just the buy-in that we were able to have. As I get older, this is my 10th year in the league, which is crazy. Just understanding what it takes to win and what it takes to, be a great team. It's just that buy-in. And, I think, early on in your career, you're trying to prove yourself, all these things, But when it gets to the point where, you're one of the oldest and what you're trying to, give to your team, the message that you can give to your team is just how to buy into each other and, the main goal, which is to win and be the best version of that team. And I think that, obviously being able to win and do all those things, but it's the way that we won. I think that's the thing that I carried the most. But, yeah, I mean, it was awesome. It was a great time. Fenner, we wrote our name in history books, so that was a lot of fun. But having that refreshed mindset, obviously coming off a championship is always good. But having that refreshed mindset here is something I'm really looking forward to, that new challenge.
Final question. We'll go to Krista Saltis.
Hello, Kayla. Hope you're doing well, first of all. As one of the leaders of this group, how big is the level of responsibility for you to put your teammates in the same page as the season goes on? And how you enjoy to be the leader in the locker room?
I'm still gonna have to figure my way out as I continue to learn some of my teammates, especially the new ones. But it's just a new challenge. And like I said, I think I'm at a different maturity level than I have been maybe in the past. Where I can kind of, maneuver in a different way. I've seen and played with a lot of different players, a lot of different personalities, and just being able to bring that experience here in this type of environment, where we have a great mix of young and older players and an amazing franchise, it is an exciting challenge. Obviously, Fee is at the helm of all that and coach and all that, but being able to bring my experience into it, especially after this year, I feel like I'm more ready for the challenge than ever. especially as a leader, and just excited for the challenge. You know, it's not there's gonna be good days, bad days, but being bought into who we're trying to be is my main goal and my main message, especially for the young players.
That'll do it. Thank you.
Thanks, guys.